Hello, everyone. So, I welcome all of you for our another episode of Good Vibes Within podcast. And here we are to our almost 11th episode. And today, I'm very happy to invite our guest. Hello, everyone. And just I welcome all of you for so I'm very happy to invite our guest, and she is Dr. Nirali Shah. She is an ENT surgeon turned into life coach, Ho'oponopono healer, inner child healer, and NLP practitioner. And she's founder of Cognize Life Coaching Academy. We welcome you, Nirali, to our Good Vibes Only podcast. And this is the channel where we dive deep into the stories of transformation, healing, and conscious living. And it's a lot of joy for all of us to have you here.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Dr. Snehal. What you're doing on your channel is just wonderful. And I feel really connected to all this because, as a fellow doctor, I can
Yeah,
actually uh, see how important it is to spread the awareness about conscious living, healing, mindfulness. So, thank
true,
you so
true.
much for inviting me today.
Yes. So let's start our discussion. So just to begin with, I would like to come to that question, Nirali, that you started your career as a medical doctor, and of course, we know all about medical career, deeply rooted into science and patient care. But I would like to know, and of course, our audience will be, always they will be curious to know that what made you explore this world of healing and life coaching, and what was that inner calling or that particular moment that shifted your direction.
Yes, so this is a very common question for me,
Yes.
especially from my friends and fellow doctors. So
Yes.
I came into healing and life coaching actually just to fix my life.
Hmm.
So to take this up as a career was never ever in my mind. It all happened very organically. So
Hmm.
towards the end of my medical internship that we have after MBBS, I
Yes.
started noticing a few symptoms of depression and anxiety, but
Hmm.
unfortunately, despite being a doctor, I could not catch those symptoms. I could not really understand what was happening, what I was going through. And the
Yes.
symptoms of, social anxiety, depression, they worsened over a period of time, especially during the NEET PG preparation phase
Yeah.
that time.
Hmm.
And I also started having eating disorders. My periods became irregular, and suddenly there were months of rapid weight gain, suddenly weight loss. My overall health and well-being, it just deteriorated very badly and very rapidly, and I
Hmm.
was in a very poor mental and physical state. And with that state only, I entered my post graduation. And as you
Hmm.
already know, residency is never easy.
Yes.
And the residency responsibilities, the hospital work, and even the people around me,
Hmm. Hmm.
everything was very draining every single day.
Yes.
To the extent that I literally started questioning the purpose of my education, this medical career, and my life, everything.
Yes.
And by the end of residency, I began watching some, motivational videos on YouTube, and they helped me feel better, but temporarily for a short period. So
Yes.
in that phase, I'm very grateful that I came across videos by BK Shivani sister and
Hmm.
Louise Hay. They really helped me in that period. But soon I realized that just passively watching or reading something, that is not enough. I needed to take solid, massive actions.
Hmm. Hmm.
Um, and that was the time when I came across the term healing through
Yeah.
Louise Hay videos.
Yes.
And being a medical doctor, the only kind of healing I knew at that time was the physical body's healing,
Yeah.
using medications and max to max things like yoga and all that.
Yeah.
But nothing beyond that. So the concept of holistic healing, that
Hmm.
is emotional, mental, spiritual healing, was very, very new to me.
Hmm. Hmm.
So
Hmm.
even though from my childhood I was seeing my father practicing Vipassana, I
Hmm.
was not doing it regularly. I must admit that. He was also practicing yoga, but again, I was not doing it.
Hmm.
But this was the phase when I understood the importance of holistic living. And when I started reading about it, it was quite interesting and something just clicked. And I decided to learn it systematically.
Yeah.
So that is why I enrolled myself in healing and life coaching certification programs, and that is how my journey started. And it was again for my own healing. There was again no intention to take it up professionally, and slowly my family members started seeing the changes in me. And
Hmm.
in just few months, they started coming to me for advice with their own problems, and I would just guide them in uh, small ways. But still, I was not ready to do it professionally. So I
Hmm.
took my time to heal those deep rooted traumas and wounds.
Yeah.
And then I, after almost 2.5 years, I got that confidence. Okay, let me teach this to others as well, because when you yourself have gone through that dark phase, you can
Hmm.
relate to other people's dark phase or their problems in a better way. And that is how this journey started.
Really, I mean, awesome. I mean, I can truly resonate to
Yeah.
it because being into the same field, and
Yes.
that, nowadays so many people, especially medical students, are
Yeah.
facing that, stress and that uncertainty at that point of time. And especially as you mentioned about PG preparations and that uncertainty, fear, doubt, I think I really feel we should spread this awareness that how much it is needed whenever you are
Absolutely.
into especially these high demanding professions, where
Yeah.
you really, when we deal with lives,
Yeah.
when we our life is sorted, it is so easier for us to give that energies to our patients, and
Yeah.
beautifully you are
Absolutely.
implementing it. I'm really,
And
I can.
you won't believe, my first two clients were, the one was the NEET PG aspirant and the other one was the UPSC aspirant going
Imagine.
through similar stress
Similar
conditions.
situation. Yes, yes. And definitely they would have benefited because this mind, body, soul alignment is so needed when you are dealing with these kind of, difficult situations or
Yeah.
stressful situations.
Yeah.
Yes, thank you so much for, enlightening us and taking our discussion further. I would like to ask you, like as you mentioned, that was the point where you started taking interest in these things and exploring and ultimately certification. Yes, so healing is, as we understand, such a personal journey. So, I would like to ask you, like, how has it transformed you over the years? Because it's a journey. And so, what were those implications internally, externally? So, I mean, how did it change your thoughts, or maybe, your inner state or
Yeah.
emotional state, and how it showed impact on your outer world or your energies, rather?
Yeah. Yes, so Dr. Snell, you only said it that it's a never-ending journey,
Yes.
and we have to keep healing ourselves till our last breath. So it's still ongoing. But whatever healing work I have done till now, it has transformed me completely.
Hmm.
Uh, so I'll just tell you how I used to be initially. So I used to be always in stress, constantly overthinking and
Hmm.
imagining worst case scenario. बुरा क्या हो सकता है कुछ नया करने के time भी,
Hmm.
right? And always feeling scared of life. I could never trust people easily.
Hmm.
Trust issues were massive, and I often complained about how unlucky I was. And I lived in that victim mode most of the
Mhm.
time. And
Yes.
when I started this healing and life coaching journey, the first and biggest transformation that happened was understanding the power of taking responsibility of life.
True. Hmm.
I realized that this is my destiny and this is manifested by me only.
Yeah.
Even if right now it is uncomfortable, ugly, unwanted, but I have created it.
Yes.
So I stopped blaming others, people, situation. I stopped blaming everything. I understood, okay, I only have created it. Maybe in this lifetime or previous lifetime, I don't know, but I have created it. So
Yes.
I began accepting the reality with 100% responsibility. And
Yes.
that awareness helped me come out of my victim zone,
Yes.
because I was struggling in that victim zone a lot for all these years.
Yes.
And when your overall energy changes, you start being genuinely grateful towards life.
Hmm.
And then, when you are grateful towards life, life starts giving you more things to be grateful for.
Yes.
And that is exactly what happened to me.
Hmm.
And first, my health started improving, the overall well being. Then
Hmm.
I could see beautiful small shifts in my relationships as well,
Hmm.
with my family members, friends, and even other. People at workplace and neighbors, all those people. And first, I released that limiting belief that the world is not trustworthy. I
Ah,
released it, and
yes.
moment that happened, I began meeting people who were really kind, really helpful, trustworthy.
Yeah.
So
Yes.
when I moved to Hyderabad for 2 years for my education, I lived there all by myself, and yet I met wonderful people, kind
Hmm.
house owners, kind brokers, supportive neighbors, very caring colleagues who made me feel home in
Ah,
that new city.
wow.
So all
It's
these changes started happening,
yes.
and one more important thing, the way I was managing my emotions,
Hmm.
it changed completely, because I became more stable and centered even in unfavorable situations, or even when there were problems. So, for example, when my grandfather passed away, when I was diagnosed with a major health issue, or career related things, when things were not going as planned, I found myself really calm, centered, and composed, because in this healing process, I think somewhere deep down, I had consciously or unconsciously surrendered myself.
Yeah.
So I learned to just trust the process,
Wow.
and that has helped me a lot. That is still helping me today.
Yes, it's such a wonderful answer because you have given so many points for our, audience or
Yeah,
listeners, that first and foremost taking 100% responsibility, because otherwise we are always in that powerless and hopeless zone
yeah,
unless and until we understand that we are responsible, so we can change it anytime. And
yeah,
as you rightly mentioned, so we should learn from this, that whenever you start showing your energies to the universe and you raise your vibes, similar kind of situations will come back to you, and that you have actually experienced. And definitely it will inspire our audience that how important it is. And as you rightly said, it's constant till the last breath. It is like always work in progress. We cannot say, oh, I have done it today for my next 10 years. It's not possible. You have to do it every single day. And that's such a wonderful answer. So but definitely, as we are talking about these journeys now, as we know that every journey has its own lessons or own learning curves. So I would like to understand, like, sometimes these journeys might not be, very easy. It can be challenging. There can be some misconceptions, some mistakes. And when you start this journey, so something that had also happened with you, what was your experience like?
yeah. So initially, of course, healing was not a merry journey. It never is. So definitely, I also have made a lot of mistakes initially, like everyone else.
Yeah.
Um, First thing, I think I felt very uncomfortable initially. And
Mhm.
I think why that was happening, because I was trying to control or micromanage every single
Uh,
thing in life. So things with respect to my career, how it
mm,
should go, 3 months from now, how much I should have achieved,
yeah.
or what should I talk in this particular event, or how much revenue I should generate, how my trip should go, even while planning for a trip, everything, like too much of micromanaging, too much of control was there.
Yeah.
Uh, so a lot of rigidity was there. And I learned that when you are too rigid, you do not leave any space for the magic to happen,
Uh,
because this is our ego mind which is trying to control everything. And the universe, the higher power, it is far more intelligent than what we are, what our ego mind can think of. And the universe always has better plans for us. But
yeah.
when we try to micromanage, control every single thing, we, I think, miss out on the blessings which actually can come our way. So that was the first thing कि ऐसे ही होना चाहिए वैसे ही होना चाहिए. That thing was there initially.
Hmm.
Yeah. And one more mistake I would say, I initially expected quick results. We tend to get impatient and desperate. So, yeah, that happened to me as well. I expected quick results. And in that, I realized that I'm trying to manifest from the space of desperation.
Yeah. Yes.
So, the initial energy which is going in my dream and my goal is the energy of desperation.
Hmm.
So the intention of manifesting it was only wrong.
Yes. Yes.
But,
Very true.
right? So I also learned that the intention, the energy with which we start the process of healing and manifestation, that is very important. If we start manifesting from the space of impatience, desperation, fear, control, it will not give us
Yeah.
lasting results. First, I think it will not manifest, and even if it manifests, it will not give us happiness, fulfillment.
Yes.
So that was my mistake, I would say.
Yes, true. I mean, it's such a powerful reminder to all of us. I mean, even I have done those mistakes in this journey. And you have rightly said, like, law of attraction also says, like, you will get it who you are, not what you want. So if you are giving those energies of desperations or any negative or low vibes, low frequencies, so definitely it will take time, and again you create those energies, so you
Yeah.
get into that vicious cycle. So I
Hmm.
think that patience, surrender, acceptance, that is very, very important. We really need to understand. And I think rather than this, also one very important point I think it was here, I want to stress upon is about micromanagement. Because what I have seen today, many people, when I come across even in my practice, many of them want that micromanagement, that I want this at this point of time. And in fact, in my field specific, they plan such a way that I want conception in this point, then delivery at this month. Oh my God, it's so difficult. And basically it's all nature, so we are giving all that desperation and control. And when you actually let go of control, then the things will flow. So I think this is very important understanding, and that requires, I think, a lot of inner work, which you have done beautifully. So again, taking our discussion further, so again, as a doctors, we know that we are trained in that, all those science based stories of human body. And definitely as healers, we understand what is unseen, what is not proved by science, what is beyond science. So whether it is, like, say, energy, the soul, or emotions.
Hmm.
So how do you blend this science, spirituality, and energy work whenever you approach,
Hmm.
especially when dealing with your patients or dealing with people you help in
Yeah.
this? Yeah.
So I think before even talking about helping others, I can tell you how healing work and energy work have brought immense improvement in my own health.
Yes.
Because I completely understood why I was attracting certain health issues,
Mm,
why
mm,
certain issues were just not going
mm,
right. So the perspective with which I was looking at health,
mm,
that changed completely. So
mm.
now the perspective became more holistic.
Yes.
And I also understood how our thoughts and emotions affect our physical body. And there
Yes.
is a big science behind it. It's not something just, spiritual and just there in our Shastras. In fact, our Shastras and our ancestors already knew the
Yes.
connection of, mind, body, energy, soul, all these things. But unfortunately, this understanding was never taught in medical schools.
Mm.
So
Yeah.
in medical books also we read about things like the cause is unknown, it is
Yeah.
idiopathic, it is stress induced, it is lifestyle induced. But what stress exactly, what lifestyle exactly that is causing the disease, that we do not learn. So
Yeah.
we do not come to know the root cause of that imbalance which is happening in the body,
Yes. Yes.
right? So when patients and clients they meet me, my medical background helps me understand the pathology behind it, the biology behind it,
Mm.
but healing helps me and them identify the root cause of it.
Yes. Yes, very.
And I will give you one example. So there was one patient, around 45-year-old man.
Hmm.
He came to me with chronic allergic sinusitis. He had those symptoms since his childhood, and he
Okay.
had tried multiple treatments, nasal sprays for years, and a lot of medications, everything. And there was no such, mechanical or any
Hmm.
infective problem in his nose or sinuses. So surgery was not advisable in his case, and he was tired of trying all these sprays and drops and medications. And what finally helped him was healing. He did
Wow.
it through
Hmm.
2 to 3 months of Ho'oponopono and inner child healing.
Wow.
And his allergic
Super.
sinusitis of several years just disappeared completely.
Wow.
And even in my own case, I have healed my chronic asthma, which I had since my childhood, which became really worse during early 20s, but
Hmm.
it got healed completely.
Wow.
Even the hair issues or acidity issues, irregular periods, it got healed just
Mhm.
as I started doing holistic healing.
Yes.
So
Yes.
healing does not mean denying any medical science.
True.
Whenever necessary, we must take proper medicines
Yes.
as advised by the doctors, not over the counter, or perform investigations whenever needed. But
Yes.
along with that, stress management through
Yeah.
healing and mindfulness practices, even proper nutrition,
Hmm.
yoga, they all are very, very important. So I
Yes.
think nothing is a replacement to another. They all are complementary. They all go
Yes.
hand in hand. And when we approach health holistically, we actually can treat the root cause and not just the symptom which is there superficially.
True, true. Very, very nice, I mean, description of this holistic approach, which I also do in my practice. And of course, when this science meets medicine, rather mindset and spirituality, definitely it becomes like transformative rather than just curative, because we really want to understand why it is happening. Because even I have realized, especially the chronic disorders and especially response to the medications, or even
Yes.
rather recovery from the surgery.
Yeah.
All this is really important when you take
Mm.
control of your
Yeah.
emotions and thoughts, because chronic stress hormones are interfering with your body conditions, and we understand that how it is affecting each and every organ. So that is wonderful that
Yeah.
so I really what I can say here, that whoever in the upcoming our medical practitioners, so they should consider these things, so that it becomes so beautiful when you are treating someone, you are giving both the approaches, and that is the real transformation you are offering to people. And I think that should be the future healthcare, where you are blending all this and you are giving that holistic approach. Yes. So then I would like to ask you further, like, when many people have certain misunderstandings about healing, they think that, yes, it is tough, uncomfortable, sometimes painful, because, of course, we are again revisiting certain old incidences or probably old wounds. So, what do you want to tell those people who generally sometimes hesitate to start their healing journey, maybe because they think that it is too difficult? So what is your say on that?
Um, See, first of all, healing is not at all difficult.
Mhm.
That is the limiting belief that we carry. Okay, so healing is difficult. Do not enter the healing with this energy or this mindset that healing is difficult.
Hmm.
So,
Hmm.
that is the first thing. And next, yes, initially, healing can feel uncomfortable and
Yeah.
even unpleasant.
Hmm.
Even if you're using very simple tools like just
Hmm.
sitting in silence with your own self or journaling your thoughts or feelings,
Hmm.
it can still bring some, unhealed emotions because they are resurfacing after so many years. You're opening the Pandora box.
Yes.
So, when you start doing healing practices, especially when you are doing forgiveness work,
Hmm. Hmm.
you may suddenly be reminded of all those past memories, the people who have wronged you. You
Yeah.
will, of course, remember all those things. So,
Yes.
naturally, you will not feel pleasant initially.
Yeah.
But the truth is, whatever makes you uncomfortable the most, that needs maximum healing.
Yes. True.
If some person is there or some incident, some situation is there, and that is making you very, very uncomfortable, that means that person needs maximum forgiveness, that situation needs maximum healing, that emotion needs maximum healing.
Yes.
Yeah. So
True.
it's like the mud is right now settled in the
Mhm.
water and you're
Yeah.
just stirring it, so of course the water will
Wow.
become muddy at first,
Yes.
but
Yes.
that is the beginning of the cleansing process.
True. True.
In fact, I remember reading in one of the Louis Hay books that um, the first wave of discomfort that you feel while doing your inner work,
Hmm.
that is the moment your healing has already started.
Wanted. Yes. Yes.
Because now you have chosen to face your fears. You're
Yeah.
not running away from them. You
Yes.
have
True.
chosen to face your memories, those
Yeah.
people, all those unhealed emotions,
True.
right? Instead
Very.
of running away.
Yes.
And this
Yes.
is the first step. You have
Yeah.
taken the responsibility of your subconscious mind, your destiny, everything.
Yeah.
So your healing has already started.
Very nice. Very true.
So
Yeah.
that is something I really love. I always tell this to my clients as well, because whenever we do the inner work, especially forgiveness is difficult for
Yeah.
most.
Yes.
So they
Yes.
always tell feeling like this is so uncomfortable. I'm feeling overwhelmed,
Mm.
and that is when we have to take it slowly. We
Yeah.
cannot rush into all this. But once it happens, it's very liberating. We start feeling really light.
Yeah. True. True.
Yeah. And
Because
initially, resistance comes because we are coming out of our comfort zone.
true. True.
Because comfort zone is very familiar, very comfortable. And that is
Yes.
exactly when we should remind ourselves that we are doing this for ourselves and
Yes.
not those other people. Forgiveness is for me and not for them.
For them. Very true, very true. So
Right?
it's not at all a suffering.
Yeah.
It's a start, and it's a start of real transformation, because as
Absolutely.
you have rightly said, Nirali, that once you start healing, right, you
Yeah.
feel very light, because
Yes.
otherwise those emotions are making your mind so heavy
Yeah.
and your energies are totally exhausted. So
Yeah.
if you really want to focus on your purpose, if you really want to focus on what you
Yeah.
exactly want, we really want to save our energies. And
Yeah.
forgiveness is the first tool.
Yeah.
Gratitude, forgiveness, beautiful. I mean, healing, of course, even
Yeah.
I have gone through it, and it gives a lot of liberation, and
Mm.
it feels like wow, it's the free life of
Right.
freedom. And it
Yeah.
makes you unstoppable, because now nothing is there to hold you back.
Yeah.
So really, I mean, awesome insights.
One more thing,
Yeah.
during this time when we feel the
Mhm.
discomfort, uh,
Hmm.
one mistake we might do,
Hmm.
we
Hmm.
might start feeling very guilty about our past.
Yeah, sometimes. Yes.
And we
Yes.
may just slip into guilt and regret
Hmm.
and self blame because
Hmm.
some memories are opening, तो उसमें
Yes.
हमारे भी mistakes हो सकते हैं,
Yes. True.
right?
True.
So
Yeah.
we
Yeah.
may slip into all those negative emotions and we may become very critical towards ourselves,
Hmm. Yes.
and then we
Yes.
will just stop the healing work because
Yeah.
it gets too uncomfortable. But this is the point where we need compassion
True. True.
and self compassion and continue the healing journey with patience. You may
Yes.
take it slowly, but patience is needed.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
when we are working with patience, the same discomfort slowly turns into uh, feeling light and peaceful.
Yes, very true. So it,
Yeah.
it requires that self-love, self-care
Yeah.
practices, which are also they go hand in hand with the healing journey.
Yes.
And of course, taking the similar line, I would like to ask, like, of course,
Mm.
this is then, as you rightly mentioned, that we do that mistake, that if it is getting too uncomfortable, we may
Mm.
not
Mm.
pursue that.
Yeah.
We tend to just
Mm.
go away from these practices, but it is very important to stay consistent even during tough times,
Mm.
even when you feel that, oh my god, it is too much painful for me, or too much overwhelming for me. So I would like to ask you, because we as a healers, and as this transformation, when we take it for our own self, we also go through so many of these situations or tough times. So what helped you to be consistent in this journey or be
Mm.
grounded? And what advice you will give according to your personal experience, like
Mm.
when people they struggle with that self-doubt or impatience in this journey?
Yeah. So I think it is very common to
Yeah.
feel impatience, self doubt, fears. They
Yes.
are very natural, very normal. I also have gone through them. You must have gone through them
Yes.
too.
Yes.
Uh, but what I have noticed is, if we are only behind the manifestation practices,
Hmm.
you are only saying your positive affirmations, you are only, saying out your goal statements, only the manifestation practices without healing work,
Hmm.
these problems occur
Okay.
in more intensity and more often.
True. Yes. Very
So
true.
I think healing and manifestation must always go hand in hand.
Yes. Yes.
Then these self doubt issues and impatience, the fears, uh, they, they do come up, but the frequency is lesser, the intensity is lesser. Because
Yes.
manifestation is all about alignment, alignment of your energy. And
Yes.
alignment cannot happen if your subconscious mind, if your inner world is too wounded.
Yeah.
There's too much chaos going on in the subconscious.
True. True. Very true.
So, in the manifestation process, if you are feeling uh, scared or you are having self doubt, the first thing to do is to go back to
Mhm.
healing first.
Yes. Yes.
And when you release the resistance and all the fears, then things start
Mhm.
flowing very easily.
Yes.
And the impatience also reduces.
Yes.
And next important thing I think is surrendering to higher
Yeah.
power. We
True.
must let go of that ego mind, and we must truly surrender to that higher intelligence that knows what is best for us.
True. True. Very
And
true.
when we are not able to surrender, that means we don't trust ourselves, our abilities, and we don't trust the higher power.
Yes.
And
Yes.
that is why we want to control everything. We
Mm.
want to control the timing. We want to control the outcome. We also want to control the actions, the process.
Yeah.
And that too much control brings a lot of anxiety.
Yes. Yes.
So
True. Very true.
that is there. And what has helped me is, along with all these practices, community support and the guidance of mentors.
Very true.
That always helps. Whenever you feel low,
Yes.
if you have a mentor to talk to, if you have a good community support, a supportive community, or like-minded community,
Yes.
then even when you get distracted, there are people to
Yes.
bring you back on track.
True. True.
So I think these are the things which have helped me a lot. And
Yes.
keep reminding yourself that healing, manifestation, this is never a linear journey. There will be ups, there will be downs. It's never linear. But when we keep doing these practices consistently,
Mm.
even in the dip phase, the low phase, we can come back to the neutral state or the positive state uh, quicker.
Yes, yes,
Yeah,
very true. Because that is so relatable. You have
yeah,
rightly mentioned that, like-minded people around you, high energies around you,
yeah,
mentors, fellow in your community, because
mm,
we have seen that power
yes,
together in the community
absolutely.
and how it is important. And it is like, as it is such a catalyst for your manifestation, because unless and until we are clearing these things, and one more point I would like to stress upon here for our audience is that surrender and keeping faith, because there is something called as divine delay. Right now, maybe you are not able to, understand why it is like this, why there is a
Yes.
delay, but you will be able to join dots later. And
Mhm.
that time you will understand that, yes, I was not, prepared, or I was not mature enough at that point of time. So even I think in Ho'oponopono, when we do quantum Ho'oponopono, we always say that, everything is perfect at this point, and I am perfect at perfect place, perfect time. So we keep on saying that,
Yeah.
and that is so important to have this faith and surrender. And I think, I always remember that even we hear this story a lot about bamboo tree, like how
Yeah.
it takes, long
Yes.
time and that patience, but once it, overcomes, so it is the straight, I mean, it's such a, what I can say, fastest growth
Yeah.
and the longest it will grow. But
Yeah.
that patience, that 5 years, that patience, that is so important. So this is a great learning for our audience, that how it is important to stay, show up every single day and focus on that 1% progress. We cannot get 100% every time. So so we are almost coming to an end, but I would like to ask you, like, whoever is listening to us right now may be completely feeling lost. So people go into that zone majority of the times, and sometimes they are so confused that they don't know what to do. They don't know where to begin, or how better they can do in life, how better they can manifest. So what are few steps, that few things you can, tell them to start their journey, so that that will give them some clarity?
Yes. So, see, sometimes there is a possibility that we genuinely do not know what exactly we want in
Yeah.
our life. What
Yeah.
are our goals? What career path I want to go for? Whom I want to get married to? Or
Yeah.
when I want to get married? How much money I want to earn? So, these goals you may not know
Yeah.
some point in time, and that is
Yes.
absolutely okay, right? But one thing all of us know is how I want to feel when I have this goal or when I have achieved it. So, in my career, I may not know what career I want, but I know what I want to feel in this career. By
Yes.
the end of every day, how I want to feel. I may not be knowing whom I want to get married to and when, but I know that I want to feel this way,
Yeah.
like
Yes.
respected,
Yes.
happy, satisfied, peaceful
Mm.
in
Mm.
my marriage. So, that feeling we know,
Yes.
right? So the ultimate desire is always about emotions,
Yeah.
happiness, freedom, satisfaction, excitement, peace, right? So
Mm.
when you do not know what you want exactly, you still know the feeling that you want to manifest.
Yes.
So
Yes.
what we can do is, in our daily life, we have to find those small moments that
Ah,
will give us that feeling that we want to manifest.
yes.
So, if
Yes.
you want to manifest peace in your life or
Mm.
peace in your uh, future relationship, can you create peaceful moments today in your daily life? So,
Yes.
it could be as simple as spending 5 minutes listening to
Mm.
your favorite music or listening to Hanuman Chalisa or just sipping your morning tea by
Mm.
the window, looking at the rain. But are you being mindful in that moment? And
Mm.
are you feeling grateful? Are you feeling peaceful? If
Yes.
yes, you have manifested that emotion.
Mm.
If you have manifested peace in today's day, of course, that peace will manifest in your future relationship as well.
Yes.
So these small activities of mindfulness really, really helps. And when you start recognizing that the emotion I want is not far away, it is always there within
Yes.
me. All I need is to notice those miracles in life. And
True.
when we start doing that, we automatically start vibrating at a higher frequency
Mm.
and the clarity starts to come.
Yes. Yes.
So, that is the very important thing. And the second important thing is to have a solid routine, especially the
Mm.
morning routine.
Yes.
So, start your day slowly, not in rush at all.
Yeah.
Begin with 3 to 4 minutes of silence, then gratitude, and then engaging in regular mindfulness activities, breath work,
Yeah.
reading self help books, being in a community of
Mm.
like minded individuals who will empower you
Yes.
and not, not somebody who is gossiping all the time, complaining about life all the time.
Yes.
So, that is very important. And focusing on holistic health.
Yes.
So, things like yoga practices, proper
Mm.
nutrition, regular journaling, then
Yeah.
reading good books, and we can replace the social media scrolling with um, listening to uplifting audios, podcasts, or affirmations. So,
Very
this
true.
grounding work is very important. So, just be consistent with all these practices, and you'll start seeing the changes in your life for sure. And whenever you're not able to do it alone, there are always mentors, communities available. So,
Yeah.
start investing in yourself.
True, true.
Yeah.
Very practical wisdom. I mean, that is really needed, and you have really sum up, like, how we can take up this small steps. So there is no room of confusion. Just commit to yourself and take those steps today, and just one step at a time, one step at a time, show up every single day. And definitely, and this is one more point to stress upon, that you, even if you are confused right now, you are really not confused about that feeling. Just work on that feeling,
Yeah.
that what exactly you want to feel,
Yes.
rather than exactly what you want to go, what you
Uh,
want to get. So feeling that, that's very important.
yes.
So before we just wrap up, I mean, this is our last question. So one message, Rally, you would like to give to our listeners to take away from this conversation, something which will, ignite hope and inspire them, especially healing in their life. So
Mm.
what would you like to tell our listeners?
Yeah. So, first, with respect to our own energy work, stop complaining in life,
Yes.
stop comparing, and stop
Yeah.
gossiping. All these
Yes.
three things are very, very draining, and we see
Yeah.
them very often in people around.
Yes.
So, and we also were like that. So,
True.
that is
Yeah.
the first thing.
Yeah.
Stop doing these three things, it will instantly boost your energy. And
Yes.
with respect to healing, I want to say that healing is not very difficult.
Yeah.
So every problem that shows up in life, it's a reminder to
Hmm.
look within and heal it. What we do, we start finding solutions directly outside.
Hmm.
We
Hmm.
try to fix the other people
Yeah.
and the situation, and we forget to look within, to go within. But
Hmm.
every toxic person, every situation is actually a wake up call. It's an invitation to understand yourself deeply.
Yeah.
So the process of healing may sound complicated, but it is not.
Not.
So start small, but start and
Yes.
give yourself that required time, and invest proper time
Hmm.
in your own energy work.
Yes.
Because
Well,
these days, everything is there's too much rush with
yeah.
respect to career and everything. There's too much rush, but
Yeah.
we must learn to slow down and give ourselves that proper time every morning, every night.
Yes. Yes.
So it could be through the journaling work, reading good books, watching good informational self-help videos, or it could be through mentors, whichever feels right to you. Any tool you can choose, but never ignore your emotional or mental well-being, because that is that is truly truly needed. And when we start doing that, life really becomes magical.
True, true. That we have seen, experienced, and
Yeah.
we are seeing in people, those who
Yeah.
really work on themselves.
Yes, and always trust the universe. The
Yeah.
universe knows the best, what is best for you.
Yeah.
So lose the control. I have done that mistake all my life. So, from my own experience, I'm telling you, lose the control. Do not micromanage. Do not try to do everything in a perfect way.
Yeah.
Leave some space for the magic to happen. There is a grand plan for you.
Yes, yes,
Always.
true, very true. I mean, that's such a powerful note to end this, session, that to remind that it is very important to look within, and
Yeah.
when your inner world will change, definitely it will be seen or reflected in your outer world. And as you rightly said, everything is within. We just have to bring it on. And once we learn to tune into right frequencies, we'll literally become the magnet, and we can manifest whatever we want. So just based on even thoughts we can manifest, and that's such a wonderful episode. And really, I mean, definitely I would tell our audience that if this episode touched your heart, please share it with many many people and follow us. And definitely we are coming with much more wonderful insights and many more episodes. But today's message is very profound, that start working on yourself, give yourself time, and when you heal yourself, the world heals through you. And that's what I think we need to take this from this wonderful episode. Thank you so much, Nirali, for being here, and you have really blended your personal experiences and very openly, whatever, even from the mistakes to learnings, you have really shared that. And that gives a real inspiration to people that if you can do it, definitely they can also do it. And this happens, like it is never like that ideal or perfect. So we really need to embrace that imperfection. So we have really learned a lot from you. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Dr. Snehal. It was all my pleasure to be here on your channel. Thank you. Thank you for inviting.
Thank you. Thank you so much. So I'll just